Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. How's everyone doing out there? This is Matt with Honor Your Health. I hope everyone is having a fantastic morning. We're at a little break here. I want to go and talk about second chances for a second. Um, do you feel ever like you are on borrowed time or like you screwed up and there's no way I can get out of it? Or are you supremely unhealthy and you feel like there's no escaping it? Do you have acne all over your arms or acne all over your face and you don't feel like there's any way out of it? Do you feel like life is horrible and that, um, you're always waiting for the next shoe to drop? I have been there. I have done it all. I believe in second chances. I do believe in miracles. Okay. I do believe that when you believe you have a second chance and you believe it's out there, you will find it. I do believe that the body can heal itself when it's guided properly. I do believe that when you start balancing out the body naturally, that it will work for you as opposed to against you, and that will give you a second chance at life. Because when your body starts to work and when you feel good, you typically want to go to work. You typically want to create. You typically want to be with your family and enjoy the good times, right? When you don't feel good, you don't really feel like you deserve a second chance. You don't really feel like that second chances are available to you, right? So I'm here to tell you that they are. I used to be close to 300 pounds. I used to have very bad acne. I used to always have a tire around my waist that I could never figure out or how to get rid of. I used to work out 2 times a day for 5 days a week. I used to eat terribly. I used to be really, really hard on myself and would beat my body up to a pulp because I felt constantly like I wasn't doing enough, right? And I have now come to understand that I don't have to kill myself, that sleep is actually really important, that when you have a purpose and when you have a passion for something, that you should really follow it and step into it and go all in that space. Um, I have more motivation than I've ever had. I wake up before my alarm clock. How many people listening can say that they've woken up before their alarm clock? Not many. Not many, because most people are like, they're doing jobs that they don't feel secure in. They're doing jobs that is kind of like a dead end, or that they know that they're not going to do it for a long time. They're not really passionate about it. They're not researching about it. They're not engaged in it. This is my bread and butter, and I have. It's taken me a minute to really fully step in, but I would say within the past year, I fully was like, I'm committed, and this is all I want to do. Um, this is my passion, and I talk about it all the time, and I don't care. I mean, obviously, time and a place, but um, I really do believe that you can get a second chance at life. You can get a second chance at health. You can get a second chance at finding a passion and a purpose. And I think a lot of it comes from when you start to get your body right and balance it properly and have people in your life that want you to get to that point, then you'll start to see a huge change. I think a lot of people have people in their life that keep them from that because of jealousy. There's a lot of people that allow the negativity of others to kind of impact their life. I try really hard, and tell me if this is you, but I try really hard to not allow my external environment to dictate my reality, to not allow my external environment to make me react, right? Because that's at the end of the day, that's what the external world is trying to do, right? Especially you think about like the Instagrams and the Facebooks of the world, and the social media. While it's a great tool, right? I really do believe that everything is for external validation and external craving, that dopamine hit that many people need all the time. It's like a drug addict, right? So I have conditioned myself to not need that as much, to not need it nearly at all anymore. Whenever I get it, I'm like, that's not real. That's fake, right? I can feel it in my body when I see people liking something, or when I see people engaged or what have you. Like, I feel like that validates me, as opposed to just knowing that like I'm already there, right? And I think a lot of people, we've just been so conditioned to thinking that you need that external validation to live, right? And to me, a second chance at life is realizing that you don't need that. Is realizing that when you do the work on yourself, and when you do the work on improving yourself and not needing that external validation, you have matured and you have gotten to a place in your life where um, life's just good, right? Like I said earlier, I believe in miracles. I believe that it's all in how you look at life. Even the bad things it's all in how you look at life. You could look at something bad could happen to you, and you could go, of course that happened to me. Or you could go, I wonder what I'm going to learn here. I wonder why that happened. I wonder who's going to come through the door next. I wonder, like, you get in a car accident, let's say. It's like, as opposed to thinking of like, oh my gosh, this would happen. Oh my gosh, what, getting into the negative. Okay, like, why did I get into that car accident? Maybe it's saving me from something else. Maybe I'm, you could have been early to an event that you would have seen someone that you didn't like, and that car accident, caused you to be late so that you wouldn't see that person that you don't like. Or I don't know. Like, I don't know I'm just trying to say. It's like everyone kind of looks at things in such a negative, woe is me, victimhood way. And I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that even the bad things happen for a reason. And if you can look at things like that, you will get second chances in life, and you will stop being so reactive to everything and emotionally charged to everything. I feel like we've kind of gotten in this place in the world where everyone reacts, everyone is emotional, everyone is charged. No one is at peace. We live in this sympathetic state all the time. And when you live in a sympathetic state, you don't really feel like you're getting a second chance. You kind of feel like you're just going with emotion and what's going to happen next. And so I think the more that people can, excuse me for 1 second, the more you can allow yourself to realize that you can create your world, right? And I always say to people, everything you've done up to this point, I think I said this yesterday in my last live, is like, everything you've done to this point is your fault, good and bad, right? So if you have the mentality that you're super insecure and you're waiting for someone to validate you, then you're just going to keep that cycle going and going and going, right? Same thing with debt. If you're always thinking about your debt, you're going to keep getting debt. If you're always thinking about, you name it, you're going to keep getting that, right? But there's a second chance on the other side to change the script and to change how you think. And I believe that is a second chance, right? You are taking accountability for your life. And when you start to do that, your life starts to change slowly over time. And that's a second chance. And I don't think people look at life like that, right? I look at life like, oh, I have a second chance. Wow. I have a chance to like do it right this time. Or I have a chance to really step in on this. I have a chance to recreate what I used to think or how I used to think. So as opposed to thinking everything in a negative way, start changing your mindset around some of these things. And remember that you make that happen. So if you're always looking at bills and debt and just blah, 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 everything's negative, you're going to keep getting that negative feedback and that negative train of thought, right? And you're just going to keep creating the same thing over and over and over again. So I challenge you today, going into the weekend, to really look at your thoughts, to really look at what you are putting out there and how, are you a reactive person or are you someone that is thoughtful? and at peace. Because when you're at peace, I guarantee you, you're not going to react as much as you would or that you do, right? So I hope this helps you, and I hope that you believe in second chances because you deserve a second chance at life. You deserve a second wherever you're at. If you're in a place of like being down, remember, like, increase your faith, and that there's always good things happening everywhere. You just need to think that is going to happen for you, right? You need to think good. You're going to meet good people. You need to think that you're going to meet kind people. You need to have that mentality of good things are going to happen for me, right? And when I say good things, I mean I don't mean everything is going to be peachy keen all the time, but I do mean that even the bad stuff that happens is a good thing for you. It's all in how you look at it, right? So I hope that helps. I hope it inspires you to start kind of writing things down and seeing where your thoughts are. Have a great day.